What's up, you guys? Hero276 here, and welcome to today's video. Today we are running my first ever Master League team. Metagross, we got Mamoswine, and we got Garchomp with Mudshot, Earth Power, and Outrage. We pick up an absolutely beautiful lead here against this Togekiss. You can't ask for a much better one, so they swap in Melmetal. I bank the Meteor Mash and come in on the charge move with my Garchomp. And Garchomp is triply resisting all of these Thunder Shocks right here. So really the only damage that this Melmetal can apply to me is through charge move pressure of a self-debuffing move. This is an absolutely great matchup for us. Just before they get to their next one, I'm going to throw the Earth Power, make sure I have a little bit of residual energy. The Togekiss does decide to come back in. I'm going to throw the Outrage just since it does more damage, but in hindsight I could have fished for the debuff with the Earth Power, but it's fine either way. I'm going to come back in with the Metagross. They swap in Giratina Origin, and I read the typing because I see the dragon. I swap in my Mamoswine. Before I can even finish summarizing the events that just occurred, we get to an Avalanche, and we're able to throw it. That's how quick that Mamoswine charges. Now I'm going to shield this move from Giratina. It is just an Ominous Wind, but they boost. So they might be able to pull themselves out of a hard counter city. We'll see. I have to shield this next move because it is an Ominous Wind, and I'm going to build up the two Avalanches and then throw them back to back since we win CMP tie. So I'm going to throw this one right here. That's going to get the shield, and this next one hopefully will take them out. Maybe. It does not take them out, and mind you, that is a stab, super effective Avalanche from a Mamoswine. That's the power of the boost right here. But anyways, they take us out. We one bullet punch down the Giratina, and all that's left is the Togekiss, and we have a Meteor Mash ready, so that's a good game. Doesn't matter. Hard counter city. Best situation you can find yourself in. Anyways, let's move on to game 2 right here. Alright, one big thing that I'm noticing about this team is that we do lack a sufficient response to Water-type Pokemon. I guess the best response is Garchomp, and that's a part ground type. Like, as you can see, Gyarados right here is horrible for this team. I can swap into Mamoswine, but I'm also taking super effective damage from the Aqua Tails. Luckily though, Mamoswine does win CMP against Gyarados, so we'll be able to throw the Avalanche first, and they let it go for some reason. And they're going to throw the Aqua Tail right here, and unfortunately we have to shield. And they bring in Rhyperior, and this is not a great response for Mamoswine, because Mamoswine's ground subtyping allows it to take neutral damage from rock as opposed to super effective. Additionally, Rhyperior's ground subtyping makes it weak to ice, because rock doesn't have a resistance. So Mamoswine's going to be able to get both shields right here. Unfortunately, the Rhyperior is able to farm down, but I decide to come in with Garchomp to absorb the damage, since it can take damage a lot better than Metagross can. And they throw a Rock Wrecker. That is not the right play. I think this is the Surf, though, so I am going to let this go through. As you can see, it does about as much damage as a Rock Wrecker would, because the Rock Wreckers are resisted. I'm going to catch the move on the Metagross and bank the energy on the Garchomp. And they come back in with the Gyarados, and that's fine. Now, let's see. I am going to shield this Aqua Tail right here, fearing that it might have been the Crunch. And also I could just Bullet Punch all the way down. Probably didn't have to expend that shield right there, but that's okay. Rhyperior comes in only to get Bullet Punched down. Very surprised they didn't get to a move. And Mewtwo is in the back, and we basically have this one. 2 Meteor Mashes are going to absolutely obliterate this Mewtwo. So that's a good game right there. Very well played to my opponent. Let's hop right in to the next one right now. Okay, let's see what game 3 brings us. Alrighty. So we have Metagross lined up against Mewtwo. Okay, this one's finicky, because although we're dealing neutral damage and double resisting every Psychic move, as well as Flamethrower and Ice Beam should they have it, we do have to be wary of that Shadow Ball. So in that instance, we did correctly shield the Shadow Ball. That would have been dealing super effective damage to us. And let's see what they choose to do with this Meteor Mash. Okay, they're going to shield it. So I'm going to try to get to another one. I can't quite get there, so I'm going to have to double shield the Metagross. And that's very unfortunate for me. So I'm going to build up a little bit more energy. Unfortunately, they sneak a Psycho Cut through, which is not great. We get the second shield with the Meteor Mash. I'm going to catch it on the Garchomp because I know Garchomp can tank Shadow Ball a lot better than Metagross can. That still does big damage though. Oh, in comes Dragonite. No, we just can't get to the Outrage. That's unfortunate, but we do have Mamoswine. Mamoswine's going to be able to put in some work against this Dragonite. Unfortunately though, it is not looking great for us, and they just Draco Meteored me. Ouch, that hurt. So, yeah, Dragonite takes out a Pokemon doing doubly super effective damage. And I think this one's going to be an L, but let's just see real quick. We have 2 Meteor Mashes, that's good. It all depends on what's in the back, because if it's a Togekiss, we could probably handle it. Mewtwo comes in. It's a Melmetal, so this one's not quite over. I mean, Superpower will KO. Oh no, wait, never mind. That Earthquake did not as much as I hoped it would. That's definitely over. Good game. I had a little bit of hope. A little bit. But, yeah, that Earthquake did not do nearly enough damage. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. That's why I showcase the losses. Metagross against Dragonite. This one's ideal. Our whole team is really good against Dragonite. They come in with a Garchomp, and I'm going to delay my switch a little bit. That's definitely a misplay on me, and come in with the Mamoswine. One thing I fail to realize is Garchomp is double weak to Ice, and I forget that a lot. So I'm just going to commit all the way to the Powder Snow down and leave with a ton of energy. All I have to do is just shield once. Mudshots will not be able to farm me down by the time I'm able to Powder Snow down. And in comes a Tyranitar. And that's not a tremendous response to Mamoswine because we are part ground type, so they do have to worry about Bulldoze. Luckily though, we shield bait them with the Avalanche. And Avalanche hurts. Jeez, that did a ton of damage. They are running Smackdown, so being wary of that, I am going to come back in with the Metagross. I'm going to throw this Meteor Mash on the Tyranitar. And this is going to be doing super effective damage, so they have to shield it. Unfortunately, Tyranitar is also going to be dealing super effective damage against us with these crunches. So we do have to shield that. And now I can just Bullet Punch all the way down because I know they're not going to get to another move. And it's just that Dragonite in the back. And we have Garchomp, so we're going to build up to the Outrage. Unfortunately, though, they get to a Dragon Claw, but this will not be KOing us. It'll do some damage, though. But luckily, we are at the Outrage, so it doesn't really matter. Boom. Outrage absolutely obliterates that Dragonite. And this is why I love having Outrage as opposed to Sand Tomb on this Garchomp. It's because we do have a bit of hope when it comes to flying types, especially Dragonite. Anyways, let's move on to game number 4 here. Metagross picking up a lead against Lugia. This one's okay. I'll definitely take this one. The problem with this lead, though, is Lugia is exceptionally tanky. So even though we are resisting these moves from Lugia, Lugia is basically resisting our moves with its bulk. Like, that Meteor Mash usually would do huge damage, but Lugia is just so dang thick. Anyways, they throw an Aeroblast, and that hurts, and they get the attack boost. So, we're going to get to a Meteor Mash right here, and this is going to put some pressure on the Lugia to start using shields if they want to preserve their boost. And we get to another one just before they Dragon Tail us down. This is also going to pressure the Lugia, and they shield again. So they take switch advantage, but we have 2 shields. We're going to come in with the Mamoswine and attempt to farm down, shielding once, because they shouldn't be able to get to another Sky Attack after this. And we will be able to farm down this Lugia with Powder Snow. Let's see what they come in with. Ooh, this is slow. That was a slow response into Zacian, which tells me whatever is in the back is weak to Mamoswine. So we're going to build up the 2 Avalanches right here. And the combined damage from these 2 Avalanches should take out the Zacian. Yeah, it does. And in the back is a Metagross. And this is game over because we have 2 ground types. We get to the Bulldoze in time, so we will be able to throw this. This is going to be doing big damage to the Metagross. And we have a Garchomp in the back. So we virtually have this one in the bag. The opponent surrenders on 1 HP, realizing their inevitable fate. Now, I do apologize because I think I misspoke. That last game was game number 5, not in fact game number 4, so I did type 5 instead of 4. You saw it on the screen. In case you're wondering, that's basically what happened. I am sorry about that. I did miscount. Anyways, final game right here. Metagross into Dragonite. Once again, our whole team does really well up against Dragonite. They bring in their own Metagross, and I switch into Garchomp. Now, they are going to beat us to the Meteor Mash because they are one turn ahead, and Meteor Mash does hurt a little bit. However, Earth Power will also hurt them a little bit, so we might get a shield here. Never mind, they let it go through, and Dragonite comes in again. But like I said, our whole team does really well against Dragonite, so we're going to bring in the Mamoswine now that they're switch locked. And we're just going to commit to the Powder Snow down, shielding twice if we have to. They go for Hurricane. And they quit. So whatever their team was, they were weak to Mamoswine in the back. Anyways, that's all for now. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.